Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahak Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect. All right. This is the Brother Yeshaya part of Valor, South Carolina. And this is going to be like a quick, you know, informative lesson through the Spirit because, things are getting hot and heavy over in the Valley of Decision, in the Valley of Hawashapat, okay, or that's more popularly known as the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, but when you dissect that word Jehoshaphat, it's not a Hebrew word. Okay, J, the E, you know, certain syllables and certain letters in it basically takes away from the Hebrew because it's not in the Hebrew. Not taken away, it just proves itself to not be the Hebrew. So it's Yahweh Shaphat. Okay, and that's that area that uh, is mentioned in the book of Joel. But this is gonna be Lord willing, an informative and edifying lesson about who are the Houthis, and how did what's going on right now come about, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know about the the long going war between Palestine and the Jewish state, okay, of Israel. All right, because the righteous people, the rightful people are not in that land mass, that land area right now. All right, so just something, just to put people, well, put the elect abreast, the hopeful elect abreast, because a lot of these people just they're scared, or they just are in total denial that the USA is going to war, which is prophesied, and it's 100% going to happen. All right, the Lord's word does not come back to him void. All right, so this is the Guardian. Who are the Houthis? Hoyotes, and how did the U.S. and U.K. strikes on Yemen come about? And I'm gonna read a little bit of this, and I got a couple scriptures, and like I said, it's gonna be a quick one. Um, the U.S. and U.K. have their, their mother shall be sore confounded, right? Because the mother of the U.S. is the so-called United Kingdom, or Great Britain, so to say, so-called Great Britain, right? The U.S. and U.K. have launched airstrikes on more than a dozen sites used by the Iranian-backed Houthis in Yemen. According to U.S. officials, more information on the strikes can be found here. The strikes are most significant military response to the Houthis. I might be pronouncing it wrong. The Houthis. Persistent campaign of drone and missile attacks on commercial ships in the Red Sea, which began after Israel's war in Gaza broke out. Here's how we got here. So they're fighting over that. Basically they're attacking them in the area of the Red Sea. Now the Red Sea, not only we can't we didn't really go through the Red Sea. Now if you would look at this map, all right, and the scale of this map, that means that we would have to walk thousands of miles, hundreds of miles, Slakia, to get past the Red Sea. But ultimately, we really went through the Gulf of Suez, all right, which is I can't get on it, but yeah, but they're fighting over. Well, they're attacking people that's coming through the Red Sea, which the Red Sea happens to be a high level. Well, they have high level traffic of commerce. Okay, because the bulk of the commerce and everything like that goes through the seas. Okay, because you can pack those liners and those big ships, with cargo. It might take a little longer, but it's the safest way, and you can ensure that well, for the most part, because it's all Lord's will, but that's how it's been and how it's gonna be. All right, sea travel. All right, I think they in this article it said that they carry 8.8 million gallons of gasoline a day through the Red Sea. So this is a high traffic area, and they're using it. The Houthis, which are Yemen fighters. But it's gonna go into it a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna skip that. Let's read this. What has been happening in the Red Sea? The Red Sea, one of the world's most densely packed shipping channels, lies south of the Suez Canal. See, there you go, the Gulf of Suez. All right. The most significant waterway connecting Europe to Asia and East Africa. Now, you know that Europe, okay, is known as the bottomless pit. Okay. So that bottomless pit heavily relies on imports because they can't grow, the much needed, foods that they require, that people require. All right, so this is a heavily trafficked area, the Red Sea, that is. Um, the Red Sea, one of the world's most densely packed shipping channels, lies south of the Suez Canal, the most significant waterway connecting Europe to Asia and East Africa. Yemen is situated along the sea's southeast coast where it meets the Gulf of Aden. Shortly after the start of the Gaza war, the Houthis began launching missile and drone attacks at vessels in the Red Sea, which most of which were intercepted by U.S. and Israeli countermeasures. So there you go. Now, the Gulf of Suez or the Suez Canal, I believe right there is at 3. So we went through like the narrow part, because if we would have went through, this top part, it'd have took too long. Had women, men, women, children and shit. This little part right here, that'd have been too much. So it was the Gulf of Suez, a shorter part, So yeah, um, reading on. Uh, how has the U.S. responded? On December 18th, the U.S. announced the formation of Operation Prosperity Guardian in response to the Houthi attacks. So this has been happening. This has been in the making. Okay, now we know that they run the media and they run everything that well, for the most part, what you have in grasp, or that's tangent, as far as news, as far as information, new information that concerns the world, right? So they control it, and they have a narrative. All right, their ultimate narrative is to paint us as the bad guys, is to basically try to thwart what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has planned, which they can't. It's impossible. All right. The U.S. refrained from direct confrontation until 31 December, when U.S. Navy helicopters fired on a group of small boats attempting to board a container ship that had requested their protection. The deaths of 10 militants marked a new phase in the crisis. So this happened. Hey, the Lord put the inspiration or the spirit on Elder Apostle Tahar, all right, which is the top man in Israel. Okay, whether you believe it or not, you're gonna see, but he put the inspiration on him to deem this as the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. All right, so hey man, this can very well go down. This is the U.S. led Red Sea Coalition Operation Prosperity Garden, and that's what it the whole U.S. and Canada is lit up. All right, parts of the Netherlands and Denmark, Australia. Yeah, man. Hey, and this is a an article that I would implore brothers to read. You know, And yeah, because I don't want to go too long in it. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but you can find it on the garden. Just put in, you know, like I'm gonna put in the title. Who are the Houthis, and how did the U.S. and U.K. strikes on Yemen come about? So, just to get to the scriptures, uh, let's we're gonna start with Proverbs 21, because the heart of all these kings, these so-called rulers of the earth, because they're referred to as kings because they do rule a domain. Okay, you got the president or the ambassador or whatever they call it of Yemen, and all these various other countries, right? But they are leaders in their own right. They're called kings because they're set up right now to have a certain pocket of rulership. But the Lord is going to come back and heap those crowns upon his head, which means he's going to take all of them out of position of power and establish his rightful power over the world, over the universe. All right. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. So, hey, these certain kings that he put up in position just to take them down, they are operating, okay, off of his will, but through these certain demons and Satan starting at the top, but that they're, you know, having these certain thoughts and having these certain emotions and feelings to where like, oh man, we're gonna bomb these people. We're gonna and it's ultimately leading up to World War III. All right. Like I said, I don't want to make this long. Let's go to the book of Joel, like I said, Joel 3, because the ultimate goal is for the Lord to bring all of the nations, okay, all of their military might into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or to, our homeland, because all right, Babylon the Great is gonna get totally destroyed. America, I don't know about Canada, South and Central America, but I know for sure every bit of North America, all right, is gonna be, totally annihilated. But so like I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So that just goes to show you that the amount of hatred and righteous indignation, or righteous anger that the Lord has toward this landmass called America is is super justified. Like I just did a lesson not too long ago. The Lord is gonna be justified. He's gonna be overly justified, just like how Esau does, to where like you have to do something to end up in handcuffs, to end up being detained, handcuffs, in jail, tried. They have a whole system. The Lord gave them that system, and His system is above their system. So these these people already know the truth. The truth's been out. The prophets, he sent the prophets batons. you know, Come on, man. Hey, Joel 3 and 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, basically taking away the captivity, right? I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Jehoshaphat, all right? But like I said earlier, that's not a Hebrew word, so it's Yahweh Shaphat. Yahweh being the only true, powerful, and holy name of who people ignorantly refer to as God. Okay, and Shaphat is judgment. So his judgment. All right. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel. Now, it doesn't mean that he's going to beg y'all. He's going to deal with y'all, right? Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. All right. So, hey, man, the Lord is going to get down. Let me skip down to verse 14. Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do 12. Let the heathen be wakened. come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat or Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Now, this heathen is not talking about the Israelite foreigners. This heathen is talking about actual heathens in this point. When you go into the, the scriptures and, the Old Testament and New Testament, they're talking about when it speaks of heathens, there's two type of heathens. You have a perpetual heathen, which were made as heathens and they're going to forever be heathens, aka the other nations, all right, the sons of men. But then you have the heathen that are in a heathenistic state, a Hellenist state, all right? And that's talking about Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites, all right? Or they know that they're Israelites, but they're choosing to indulge in a way that is not of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, right? So, verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get ye down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Now, the harvest, okay, represents the angels, the reapers, all right, cultivating this earth, all right, for all the wickedness, and I'm gonna get it right now. Let me get it. I think that's in Matthew 24, or it's in Matthew for sure. Matthew 9. Let me get to where it says the harvest is the world. Matthew 13. Yep. All right. So when and you have to read the Bible in full context, like the scriptures say, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. You have to link everything up with each other, including the New Testament, the Old Testament, because a lot of people like to detest the Old Testament. This whole book is full, all 80 books, right? So let's go to before I go back to Joel, I'm gonna go to Matthew, which is in the New Testament. Just shows you where they use the verbiage of the harvest, right? Matthew 13 and 39. That's right. Actually, let's go to 37. He answered and said unto them, and this is in red letter as you see, this is Yahushua. He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good one are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. Slakia, I meant to say the field is the world. So when it talks about a harvest, okay, and everything like that, is talking about the end of this world. All right. Verse 39, the enemy that sold them is the devil. The harvest, there we go. The harvest is the end of the world. And the reapers are the angels. So the angels are going to be around here putting in work. All right. The chariots, some of them might, do it, physically. We wait to see it. All right. Verse 40. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. So I was just linking that up with the previous the previous chapter that I had, because the New Testament and the Old Testament, they link one and another, So let's see. Yeah, let's go back to Joel 3. And then I'm about to wrap it up because, I didn't want to make this too long. It's just a war update. Joel 3. And verse 13. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. So that harvest represents and is metaphorical for the Lord reaching the end of the wickedness that he has allowed. He allowed a certain amount of wickedness to where it's like, okay, now he has to send his son back and rectify everything. And they have exceeded that. And they still going, man. All right. 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. So the Lord is basically, leading everyone, or leading the nations into the Middle East, our homeland, where he's gonna rectify and avenge us by having basically all of those armies central in that place. And also, hey, Babylon the Great is gonna get torn up. But right now I'm just focusing on the Middle East, and also a little tidbit, the Euphrates River. You have four angels that are bound in the river Euphrates, and that's right smack dab in the middle of everything. So, and like I always say through the spirit, the Middle East has a separate judgment other than Babylon the Great, aka America. But America's gonna get totally destroyed and annihilated. All right. But our homeland, the Middle East, has to get cleansed. And that's a whole nother. The Lord had it to where basically, hey, that's gonna stand forever. So it's gonna take a whole bunch of destruction. All right, but that's just to cleanse it up and for the heathens to build that back. So I'm gonna end it with that. Lord willing, it was edifying, giving all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to the Lord's elect out there. Hey, men, women, and children. Hey, until next time, shalom.